Hi there, Diana from Adirondack Girl at Heart. Today I want to share some of my vintage finds with you, and I'm going to jump right in and get started, okay? So one of my favorite finds is this really large, modern-sized blue willow mug. Isn't that great? And it's got the little decoration in the inside that you often see in the teacups in this pattern. I think that this is an American maker, although it's unmarked. I am not sure I'm going to be able to part with it, but if I do, I will put probably $15 on that, possibly a little bit more. I also picked up a little blue willow creamer. The design's not as crisp and clear as I would like, but it was produced by the Buffalo China Company in Buffalo, New York. I'm not sure if you can see that. It's an embossed mark of Buffalo and then Buffalo China Co. underneath it. It was 50 cents, and I will sell this for probably $8. I'm gonna write a blog post. Always gonna write a blog post about blue willow at some point, so I really wanted to pick those up. Another American Pottery, the Homer Laughlin Company made these cute little, I call them restaurant wear. They would look nice in an Ironstone collection. They are marked HLC. They're in sized HLC USA. That's a Homer Laughlin Company, a long-time Western New York pottery. More pottery. A newer spongeware crock made by the Robinson Ransbottom Pottery in Roseville, Ohio. This is probably from about the 1980s, but people like this older spatter spongeware look. And I suspect this was a utensil holder. It would work well still as a utensil holder, and I paid $1 for it, as you can see, and I will price that in the $12 to $15 range. I always like to pick up these little lemonade jugs. I sell them for about $10, $10 to $12. This one was 50 cents. And I think the graphics are great and the colors are great too. A Bleak Vase. I don't like to deal with a lot of beautiful fancy things, but this cost $1. It probably retailed in the $50 range, possibly higher. I would hope to get maybe 20 to 25. I'll put it in my jewelry case. I have a large china cupboard that I sell jewelry from, so I'll probably put it in there to avoid any breakage. It's not an older piece. It is marked Bleak, Ireland on the bottom. And there's the mark. It's pretty. It's a pretty piece. Make a nice wedding gift. Speaking of vases, cute little milk glass. Whenever I write a blog post on something, I find myself then I have to buy everything that I see related to that post. Milk glass is not a huge seller. This, like I said, is a little bit older piece. It's pressed glass. It has a sort of a diamondy pattern on it. This is the first piece that I've ever bought where when I hold it up to the sunlight, I see the ring of fire that everyone talks about. And that's how you can tell if something is an older piece of milk glass as opposed to a newer piece. So Fenton is newer. Fenton produced milk glass in the 1930s, 40s, and 50s, and you will not see the ring of fire. When you hold this vase up to the light, you will see an orangey glow right around the edge, and they call that the ring of fire. Interesting, right? So I would date this piece probably to the turn of the century, just a little vase. I have a miniature vase collection, so this will probably be added to that. It's probably worth about $10. I picked up a few little ceramic, really bone china animals because they were a quarter. And I just think he is so handsome. And then this one is a cutie. He makes me think of Charlotte's Web, Wilbur. He has a little sticker on the back that says Bone China, Japan. And this really delicate china horse, which I am afraid I am going to break its legs off at some point. He's also has a sticker marked Bone China. And I just want to caution you when buying things like this that you should carefully wrap them. I got this little Dachshund actually from my neighbor who owns 3, and he did not make it home. His little paw got broken off there. So I always have paper in the car, but I didn't use it, and I should have. I picked up this bell, not because I think it will sell well, but because I think it's Fenton hobnail. And I have a blog post about Fenton, and I will add this to my Fenton price guide. And it was $1. It will not sell quickly. I may try to sell it online. I'll do a little research. It's worth in the $10 to $15 range. Okay, I picked up a flag to frame and sell. I like to frame them in black frames, and this one is nicely aged already. If they aren't aged, I will soak them in a coffee solution and give them a little bit of an aged look. Let's see what else. So for someone who does not believe that China sells very well, I definitely picked up a few pieces this week. This is a very Asian inspired arts and crafts feeling back here with this geometric design. I just thought it was really beautiful. Not in good shape. It's got a crack right here. It was produced in England. It's a piece of Staffordshire transfer ware. Aesthetic movement is what I was trying to think of with this floral, bird, and geometric combination. I would call this an aesthetic piece, and I just loved it for $2. I brought that home. This is one of my favorite finds, a darling little what I believe to be a Native American basket. It's ash splint, and I think these little narrow splints are oak. I am not 100% sure, but that's my feeling. You can see that it has some porcupine twists around the top. If you've read my blog post about northeastern woodland Native American baskets, then you may remember me talking about these little porcupine twists that are unique to these type of baskets. It's in really good shape. It might have had a handle because I see signs of it right there and right there, but it's still very finished on the inside. So in any event, this is worth in the $35 to $45 range. That's my feeling on that. And so my last find was this baggie of goodies that was $2 at a garage sale. And inside are these sweet little pair of Dutch wooden shoes. And a little leather pouch with a celluloid pencil and a celluloid pen with a gold, that could be a pure gold tip. The only defect was is this right here, which I'm not sure what it would have been. I have to do some research on this, but I would, at a minimum, this is, I believe, a $25 item. Probably more, but minimum of 25. And the last find is so exciting. The little carved celluloid acorn. I did test it for Bakelite just to be sure it's not Bakelite as far as I know. The top comes off. Some of you will know what's inside. It's a thimble, also carved. Isn't that amazing, intricate detail on that? And inside of the thimble would have been some needles. And so that's a little needle case, or a miniature sewing kit shaped like an acorn. Again, going to do some research on that. I am going to lowball it at $35. I hope you enjoyed seeing my vintage finds today, and as always, happy hunting.